Good day from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I just want to say sorry about the school shootings down in the States there. Although we look at you people as insane, the only country in the world that has that problem of school shootings every other day, and you're too ignorant to get rid of your mass guns. But anyway, that's your choice. It's population control, I guess. Glad to see Ontario is saying F you with the putting the booze back on liquor store shelves. I'm a Democrat socialist in BC here, so I'm going to have to make sure our government's doing the same thing. No booze till you lift the fucking tariffs. No fucking booze on the shelves till you sign some agreements and treat us fairly. Otherwise, there's others that will. We're kicking your ass in the trade industry. Your government's already been caught trying to send people into Greenland to stir up shit and try to get them to run away and join asshole land. What country with a half a brain would want to be in America where you lose everything you worked your whole life for because your kid or you get sick? Absolutely insane. But you are the fourth most ignorant country on the planet. In Canada here, we are the most educated country on the planet. And we're also considered the safest in the world to visit. And about number 2 or 3 in the standard of living. At least with being happy. But we got our Trumpsters up here. Conservative assholes like Pettigrew, I guess you would call them. Petty shit. Anyway, he's just got back, and of course he opened his mouth and crying and bitching. He's a perfect bloody opposition leader. I hope he stays in opposition leader for the rest of his life. I can't stand the wimpy son of a bitch myself, but if that's what conservatives like, great. Anyway, enough on Canadian politics. You guys got that asshole dictator already. He is a dictator. We have reassigned his title and position. Biggest suckhole going. The one thing is he's going to die and soon. And then we're going to have to deal with another asshole called J.D. Vance. Only thing worse than Trump is a young Trump, like J.D. Vance. But anyway, I still think you guys are going to invade before the midterms because you get a war going, then you don't have to do an election, eh? Yeah, there's nothing slimier than that president you got down there. You do have a lot of asshole followers to him, but you also got a lot of good people. The ones that really piss me off are the ones like in Canada that don't take enough interest in their own country and gratitude enough to get off their ass and vote. Because they're equally as bad as the most evil government you can have. Because they won't learn fuck all, they don't give a shit. And a lot of them do nothing but bitch and cry and complain. Anyway, I'm going to cut this short so I can send it over to Blue Sky, or I'm on YouTube, of course, which is where it's going now. You guys have a great day. I do have a thing in YouTube, but I don't get many viewers. I guess I was a little critical. Anyway, I'm a 73-year-old retired carpenter, union, and also a contractor at the time, too. So, yeah, I've had a good life, learned a lot, and I learned you can't change stupid. So if it's a conservative or a Trumpster, most of them are beyond reason. All you got to do, and I played in politics, is ask them, what good has a conservative or a Republican government ever done for poor people, old people, working people? All they do is cut their benefits, fuck them out of unions. They're just like Trump. Totally evil. But anyway, you guys got to learn to take the money out of your government like Canada did years ago, decades ago. When you can have an asshole like Musk go in there and buy your fucking government, for a couple of $100 million or whatever he spent. And in Canada, don't matter how much money you got, you can only give $1,700 a year to each party if you want. But that's it, in a year. And you can't give fuck all if it's a corporation or a union. So that's why we don't have as many greedy money fucking pigs like your government does. The Democrats is just as bad. They got a lot of good people, more good people than the Republicans. But you look at the way they've made their money, some of them, it's all through stock manipulation and buying early and insider trading, which you're not allowed to do, but they are. And of course they got the finest medical and got you believe, oh, we can't do medical, it costs a fraction of what you guys are paying right now, because we don't have all the middlemen sucking you dry like leeches. I would never consider joining asshole land. I would consider joining China. They have a higher standard of living, no homeless, and everybody pretty much owns their own home, like 80% of the people. So look to China for a lot of answers. They got super infrastructure. You guys are down in the Stone Age. That's why you fucking voted an asshole like Trump in. Because you're fucking ignorant, fourth ignorant country in the world. You don't read, you don't learn about fuck all of other countries, so you're stupid as fuck. Anyway, there's a lot of good Americans, so don't take it personal, the good ones. Like 30%, I think, count as that. But anyway, over and out from Rick Hardy, 73-year-old retired loudmouth, who ran against a former Canadian Prime Minister back in 1984 in Redneck, Alberta. I was with the NDP, and the former Canadian Prime Minister was a guy named Joe Clark. Very smart man. His wife was Maureen McTeer. She wouldn't change her last name. She was a lawyer. He never did manage to pass the bar exam, but he was Prime Minister for 9 months. Anywho, have a good day. Over and out.